and what we need to talk about, and !Discord if you want to talk to, because I have a feeling some people might want to talk about this. Two things. I'm going to start with the first one and we'll lead into the second one. Daniel Ricciardo obviously has lost his seat in Formula 1. And if you saw also today, right, Kevin Magnussen was having a nice little chat with, and he's obviously looking for a seat. And I was pondering myself, and okay, yes, it's far-fetched, but you have to remember that Formula E took, Jean-Eric Vergne, we've taken Stoffel Van Dorn, Sebastian Buemi, Lucas Di Grassi. All these people had driven in Formula 1 before and made the jump ship to Formula E. Daniel Ricciardo, I think, is a driver that I think it's a bit weird, but I think Formula E should try and tempt
Welcome
into a
to
seat.
Fantasyland, everyone.
No, but no.
Population, Jack Jordan.
No, hear me out. Formula E's still growing, and Daniel Ricciardo has got such a big following.
Yes.
Right? For me, it's a bit like the Saudi Pro League, right? To make a football reference, them signing all the best players in the world.
So basically,
I feel like
you're saying that Saudi are going to buy Daniel Ricciardo to come to Formula E.
Yes, no, we're not Saudi, but at least Formula E should be Saudi. And well, maybe they are Saudi because they're probably.
Oh, Formula E are Saudi.
Formula E are Saudi.
They are at this point.
But imagine Daniel Ricciardo, right? And this is a debate that I want to come into, and rather than, I think, poo-pooing it, right, I actually think there's some merit to it.
I will.
Right? Like, if for example, Cairo race. Let's say if they announced on the 15th that Daniel Ricciardo was racing for Race Cairo as part of their announcement, Formula E would skyrocket for a good couple of days, and the interest in Sao Paulo would be huge. And that's what Formula E needs. Formula E needs a driver like Daniel Ricciardo to come in and bump its ratings up.
Yeah, no, the thing is, you are 100% correct. Formula E would do so well with Daniel Ricciardo coming into the series. Daniel Ricciardo does not need Formula E.
But he needs a job. He needs to drive race cars.
No, yeah, but there is no motive for Daniel Ricciardo to come to Formula E.
Why not? Why is there no motive?
Because
it's a race car.
I am fairly
he can win a championship. He gets paid.
If he wants a race car, he's going to IndyCar. He's not coming here.
But you give him a good salary.
Yeah, which is probably the combination of at least 10 drivers.
But yeah, still.
Yeah.
But then you get the surge of people watching the series, right?
Yes.
Which is what Formula E needs.
Yeah, which is what Formula E needs, not Daniel Ricciardo. DR does not have any incentive to come to Formula E.
What about Kevin Magnussen? But then I don't think Kevin Magnussen would have.
Mag, I can see coming.
But I wouldn't see he'd have a pull, but not as big as Daniel Ricciardo.
I think he'd rather go back to IMSA or do WEC, but than come to Formula E. But neither DR or Magnussen I can see on the grid.
But let's say Daniel Ricciardo, right? As I said, if he signs for Formula E today, the buzz would be unreal. And I don't. If
Daniel Ricciardo joins Formula E like today, I'm doing a shoey of vodka.
Right. So that's what we want your views on, right? Now, there's a great view in chat, right, that says, and people said this.
Join the intervention that we're staging for Jack.
People said that
crazy views.
A retirement home, and that's a good argument, right? It's a good Formula, but Formula E. What do you want Formula E to be, right? Formula E either is taking drivers that are you could argue never going to make F1, right? So let's say Zane Maloney, right? Let's just say he's never going to make F1, right? So you don't know how good he could have been, right? So he's F1 didn't make it, right? That's what Formula E is. That's what the WEC is. Drivers that wanted to be Formula 1 drivers, you can't get 20 drivers Everyone can't be a Formula One driver. Therefore, you're gonna have to filter down. And if you lose your Formula One seat, you've got to go somewhere. Why can't Formula E be that place? And it is that place for a lot of people. Zay Maloney, for example. Maximilian Gunther, for example. And I know they're younger drivers. But
and so there is that appeal to F2 and F3 drivers. That the Formula E is a good destination because it's a pay drive. So for F2 and F3 drivers, 100%. If they see that F1 door closing,
but why can't an F1 driver?
See that F1 door still open.
Like Nick de Vries, right? Bad example. Obviously, he was
really bad example.
Bad example, but he was in Formula One and then came back to Formula E. But came from
Formula One, failed there, came back to F1 where he was 18 months before.
But then you go with Lucas Di Grassi, Sebastian Buemi, and all that, right? And they were in F1, didn't have a job. John-Eric Verne, famously very angry, he looked like being in Formula E, but he's made it his home.
No, he was moody.
But he's made it his home.
The thing is,
and he's still gone on to do WEC. And he's still done WEC.
Yeah, because... I just can't see.
And the other topic, then, so that's what I want to talk about.
Living in a fantasy land.
No, I'm not living in a fantasy land. I disagree. I disagree. I feel
you
like.
Are, though.
I feel like, why not? Why not go and try?
Because there are better opportunities elsewhere for it.
Yeah, but for Formula E, it's brilliant. But then also,
yes.
But for the team,
is where it stops.
No, disagree. The team, it's brilliant as well. Imagine the merchandise you sell. Imagine Race Cairo.
Yes.
Cairo Race.
I know. Both of them.
The team merch that they would sell, the money that they would make from Daniel Ricciardo caps and T-shirts.
Exactly.
So
and
brilliant.
That's all from a Formula E perspective.
No, and the team perspective.
Not from Daniel Ricciardo's perspective.
Daniel Ricciardo's getting money and he gets a drive in a championship.
Yeah, but he can do that.
We're not talking like that he's dropping from the Premier League to non-league.
Sorry, Saz just put we all need shoes and vodka listening to this.
Right, the other chat then.
Can we get people to come in and sort of speak sense to Jack?
I think it's a good idea. If you disagree with me, fine. It's fine. But I don't think it's a bad idea. The other idea is, right, and we've got to save time on this because you've got to jump calls. Is Oliver Rowland as good as Max Verstappen?
No.
According to Sasha Fenestraz, he is. But I honestly, for me, I think Sasha Fenestraz has said that to... Remember when he spoke to us and said that...
He was still in the seat for this season?
No, not that, but he said...
That was so unprofessional, I'm sorry.
You know that...
Do not clip that.
But you know when he said, like, you know, he underestimated this season and, you know, he went in with the wrong mindset. I think now that he's lost his seat, unfortunately, I think he said, well, Oliver Rowland's just as good as Max Verstappen, therefore, and would do admirably well in Formula One. So it was harsh that I was sacked. And I think he's just trying to cover himself up a little bit for...
He's trying to cover himself a little bit, yeah. I think Ollie potentially was quick enough to be in F1 if the cards fell in the right order. But they didn't, and he didn't make it in the end. Admittedly, like, would he have been better than like when Sirotkin was in the Williams seat in 2018? I'd say yes. Sirotkin was all right, but he was nothing special. He was a little bit slower than his teammate Stroll at the time, but yeah, and Ollie was a Williams development driver, I think, for a couple of years. Might have been just before that, but
Yes, you are right.
I think Ollie, if the cards had fallen in the right order, could have made it to Formula One. And the thing is, like, Formula E was supposed to have Alexander Albon.
Yes.
For Nissan in season 5.
Correct.
And then Toro Rosso came in and nicked him. Look how he's doing.
He's doing pretty well. He's flying.
He's very highly rated as one of the best drivers in F1 that isn't in a top seat.
But once upon a time was in a top seat, unfortunately.
And actually, Albon going out meant Rowland came into that seat at Nissan, which was very poetic. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. the summary is you're deluded for the first idea, but yeah, and then Roland, yeah, no, probably good enough for F1, but not Max Verstappen.
Not facts for Verstappen. Right, let's get some calls in then.
Right, let's get Chris in,
Yep.
and hopefully Chris, can you come and speak some sense into Jack?
Well, Chris, firstly, what would you like to talk about, and then we can get into the mix and bobs.
Well, to be honest, I was just enjoying.
Were you enjoying our little tiff?
Yeah, I'm completely on your side, Pico. And
Yeah,
well, firstly,
you.
I appreciate you drinking some decent Somerset cider.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it is the bar. I have to have a drink. So yeah.
Well, I think you need it listening to what you've just listened to.
Oh, come on,
Yeah.
it's not that bad. How is it that bad? I don't get it.
The thing is, Jack, you need to see it from both sides
No,
of
I
the
get
fence.
it. I do get it. I
From
do
one
get it.
side
From
of the
Daniel
fence,
Ricciardo.
it is incredible, greatest idea ever. From the other side of the fence, it just doesn't compute.
But
Yeah, it would be like Cristiano Ronaldo going to Oxford City. Like,
he
would be
went to
great
Al
for Oxford
Nassr. It's
City.
the same.
It would be great for Oxford City, but he just.
So is that what we're? But is that what we're saying? What Formula E is then? Right. Let's unpick this slightly. And
No,
are we
well,
saying that Formula E, in terms of a motorsport series, has the same appeal as a non-league football side?
I think
Is that
probably should have said
we're
Oxford
11
United,
years?
but I'm not sure. I should have went Bristol City, and I wasn't sure which, but I couldn't remember which. I meant Bristol City. I meant they're a bit more like a championship side.
Yeah. Well, we got beaten by them 2 weeks ago.
But
So
Wayne Rooney played for Derby
Yeah.
in the
Yes.
championship when he was old. Daniel Ricciardo is no longer a spring chicken. He played in the
actually,
championship.
that's a really good comparison.
And I was thinking Ben Foster at Wrexham as well.
Yeah.
So
Like it does happen, but it's.
there you go. There you
It's
go.
not,
Not that bad
the
after
thing
all.
is, yeah. The thing is, you've picked basically someone who isn't the greatest football player, but was a very good football player, like how Ricciardo was a very good F1 driver. And you brought in, yeah, no. The thing is, you picked a very good analogy, but it just doesn't. It still doesn't compute.
Look,
Jack.
you'd obviously have to give Daniel Ricciardo a good salary, right? And maybe it's not in the realms of Formula E salaries, so maybe it is hypothetical thinking. But I just think Formula E needs. I don't know. It needs something. It needs something that would give it a bit of a buzz, and Daniel Ricciardo's out of a drive, and if you could persuade Daniel Ricciardo to sign for a Formula E team, the buzz the championship would get would be amazing, and he wants to drive in the series. It's not like the series. It's not like the cars are slow anymore.
But yeah, no. But the
The
thing
cars
is,
aren't slow
I
anymore.
don't think he wants to drive in the series, and that's the problem, Jack.
But you don't know until you ask him. Why does he want to go to IndyCar?
Because
He's American,
sorry.
basically. I know he's Australian.
Beaten
But...
Daniel Ricciardo before.
I know
He's
he does like us.
basically American.
Mate, we
Yeah.
got Miami. We got Miami.
Yes, one
You know
race
what
compared to
IndyCar
all of them.
had? 16 races in America.
Look, I don't think it's a bad. I know you're poo-pooing me a lot here, but like, honestly, if there was an opportunity for it to occur, I don't think it's bad. I think Formula E just need that buzz.